Good afternoon. Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Color by Adri. I am about to start a little series of how-tos. Again, a disclaimer. Not necessarily that I know exactly how, it's just how I do it, how it works for me, and if I can help anybody do something a little easier way, then I'm really happy. That is what my channel is all about. So today I'm working on this book, Fairy Tale Worlds, and I am going to show you how I color hydrangeas. I think that's how you pronounce it. So let's come over here. I already started. I'm going to lower this a little. Let me see. Yeah. So let's to get more close. So I already started coloring, and I am using this color pencils. They are watercolor and they're by Artisto. I have them since, let's see, I ordered them last year. I think it was around my birthday or 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, in 2024 I ordered them, and I have not really used them much, and because I didn't know how to use them, and I used them in a book that was wrong, and it didn't work, and I didn't have the right tools, so I stopped using them, and I had used them very little. And now I already took out the pencils that I'm going to use, but they are really good. They're really good. So like I say, I already took out the ones that I'm going to use, and I'm really loving them. I am comparing them in a way to the Albert. I had them before. I had to sell them when I got sick, and so I could complete the payment for the hospital and for the surgery. It was almost $8,000 out of pocket, and I had insurance, but still the insurance was not going to cover everything, so I had to do a few things to come up with the rest of the money. So here it is. Let's jump into it. This is my how-to, and I'm going to try to zoom in soon. Good. I got my coffee here, and I am working on this one. So I already did this one. Then they still need more detail, but let's go on this one. I have my Mr. Pen brush. It has a little bit of water. Let me get over here. Where is it? My rag, my little piece of it. This one. Here, this one. So I can I'm gonna squeeze a little bit so it gets wet. This is dry. Right now it's really dry. It's dry. There, it's wet. There. So now I have it ready, and let me put on my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. And this is how I'm doing it. I'm not sure whether it's the same way with the other pencils. I imagine so. So let's go with this one. This one is a thick purple, and let's do this little so I'll go right here. They're very good. They have a lot of ink in them. So this is all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come over here and just kind of, like that. Now I come with the brush. It's already wet, and then very soft, I come over here like that, and then very soft, like that, kind of with circular motions. Yeah. And the brush is not extremely wet. I don't want to have too much water, just a little bit of water. And there. So now it looks like this. So let's do the center. And we can do the center. Let me see, I already did this one. So let's do the center in this pink. So now I got this pink, and then I'm gonna go here, just a little bit. As you can see, I'm just putting a little bit of like a dot, like that. And now I come over here again, and then I go from the bottom of the flower going up like that, like that. So now you can see it's going up and there. And it doesn't matter if you come out of the petals, because that is the main point. In a hydrangea, it has all these colors that kind of mix together. So now that we have that one, we can do the next one, and we could do this one over here, and then I'm gonna do that one in green, because some of the hydrangeas, when they're not completely mature, you still see some green in them. So you go like this again, a little bit on the tops of the petals, and now you come with a brush, and then you start pushing it down. It's the same. I'm not cleaning it because I don't need to. I want the colors to mix. Yeah, I don't want them brown, but the colors are gonna mix nicely. They're gonna blend. So there, I'm pushing it in, pushing it like that, leaving a little bit of white in the bottom and darker on the top. Now I'll come in, we can come in with this one, which is a wisteria purple, and I'm gonna do the same here. There. Now I'll come and do just a little bit and mix it up. Mix it up. It looks a little muddy, but it's okay. It's flowers. Flowers don't need to be perfectly colored, because petals are a mix. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have a drink of my coffee. Okay, so then now we come with this one, and we do the cerise red, and then we just like I say, just like that. I'm not even sharpening them that much because I don't need to. And we go again. It's all repetitive. Like that. So how you guys have been doing? Today I got up and I was going with the green center, and you know, I don't know what works for you guys whenever you don't have a good sleep, or your mind is in things, in worrying and things that you cannot change, and you just have to live with it. For me, and I realized that today, for me, what works is if I go to the gym. And then I have not been going to the gym lately. I mean, the one that I have been going for a long time, I have not, because I moved to this apartment building, which has a gym at the top of you know, the last floor. This one has 14 floors, so it's on the 14th floor. But I realized that I like to work out when people are around me. I don't like to work out alone. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill these gaps, and I'm gonna go with this one, just a little bit. If you can see, I'm just putting like a dot in there and dot in here, and I'm gonna come in and I'm just going to, you know, I imagine that if you have Auburn Durer pencils, that you can do the same, and then you can mix the colors. I'm gonna put this one over here, and then you can do this. So anyway, like I was saying, I don't like it because I like to work out with people around me. Like I don't want to feel lonely while I'm working. It's like I cannot like I get bored and I just can't. So today I've been thinking about it the whole week. Like I need to do something because I cannot continue to sit on the couch and do nothing. Because I don't feel like going up to the 14th floor to work out. So today I got up, decided to go back to my old gym and redo my membership because I had canceled it. And I did that, and I worked out for 2 hours, and I feel great. I feel great. I mean, yes, I am tired. I took a nap when I got home. I had lunch and took a nap and watched a little bit of YouTube, catch up with some of my favorite colorists on YouTube. And then I fell asleep, and now I'm just filming for you guys. But that's what I do. I like to work out with people around me. If tell me if that's what you like to do. Now we're gonna do centers, and usually the centers are I like to do it in green on this one. Well, actually I did it on green on there too. So just like this, yes. There. So I did that and I feel great. I am like everybody else is feeling the weight of the world in my shoulders, and as long as I can keep myself occupied doing stuff and trying not to think, and I can continue with my life. But I feel horrible continuing my life when people are suffering out there. But that's another subject. So changing the subject a little bit, I was thinking the other day, what is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you guys when you mention to somebody that you like to do adult coloring? And we all know what adult coloring means, but what is the funniest reaction that you had gotten? I'm going to tell you my story. This happened when I had first started coloring. I had just started coloring. That was in 2015. And I had ordered, I think I had ordered the romantic country books from Amazon Japan. No, it was from Etsy. It was from Etsy, but it was from a lady that was located in Japan, and she would mail them to me from Japan. It would take about 2 months for them to get there to the United States. And usually I will use my work address to have them delivered, to have stuff delivered, because I wasn't home most of the day. I was working a lot. And so I will be at work, and then I will get my package delivered, and then I didn't have to worry that they will get lost. So I was at work, and my package with one of my romantic countries arrived. And I was super excited. I mean, at work, everybody knew that I liked the color. And there was this old man, and that was new. And he didn't, let's do this one with this one. Did I do this one? Oh, yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm mixing colors because I want it to look, yeah, mixed, like naturally hydrangeas have different colors, and that's how I want them to look. So anyway, I had he had not been working there for very long, and I was super excited, and then I got called that I had gotten a box, and I took it to my office, and I started opening them, and then these were these were cubicles that were open, and right in front of my cubicle, it was this old man that worked with us, and he was like, "What did you get? What did you get?" And I was like, "Oh, it's an adult coloring book." And he's like, "Oh." And I'm like, "Yes, I'm so excited." And he goes, "Oh, I didn't know you were into that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I love adult coloring books." And and he was like, "Okay." He immediately started changing with me. I had no idea what he was doing that for. So, then he said, "Oh, you don't need to show it to me. I don't want to see it because I don't think my wife would agree for me to be looking at that." And I looked at him like, "What?" And I'm like, "What do you think an adult coloring book is?" And he goes, "Well, adult content to color." And I'm like, "No, that's not what it is. An adult coloring book is illustration drawn by artists that are meant to be colored by adults, because adults could have more skills than a child, but they are not in any way adult content per se, as what you are calling it." And I wanted to laugh so hard, but I didn't want to make fun of him in front of everybody. And he's like, "Oh," and then I showed him, because he was, I mean, of all the books that I had, it was airy romantic country. There's nothing remotely bad in those books. So that is my story, and I still to this day remember that he completely thought that an adult coloring book was going to be something more adulty to color. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna show you another example of flowers to color, and I'll finish it offline, and then I'll editing Adriana will come back later and show you the rest. Let me get the other book. So let's get to this one. Oops. And let's get this up. And on this one, let's find the one that I want. This one that I already started. Let's see. This one that I already started. No. Where is it? I should have marked it up. Well, let's do this one then. I already started this one, so let's do this rose. So I'm gonna go with different things. So I'm gonna start with this one. So what I'm gonna do is the same technique. I'm gonna go with this petal, and then I'll start doing this. And then I can come in with this one up here, and then I'll bring it down. And I want that effect of blotchiness, because if you look at a petal is, it's constant, it has blotches all over. It's never an even color. So that's what I want. So let's go like this, there. And I'm not working with a lot of water. This is barely wet. And let's continue. yeah, so that happened. So what is one of the stories that has happened to you guys? That is funny when people find out that you guys like adult coloring books. People that are completely clueless about what adult coloring books are. Another thing that I wanted to mention, I am super excited, and we hit 50. Well, right now I'm at 51 subscribers. Thank you, all those 51 people that are following me, all the people that have watched my channel. Thank you. And as you may already know, I started a group on Instagram called Fairy Tale Friends, and it's a group to help me color the whole book, and just so I don't feel like I'm working alone. I mean, I am going to finish this book completely. It's probably not going to be this year, but I ain't going to finish it regardless. But the group is mainly for friendship and for and to feel that I'm not alone, and that I have other people working on it. I understand that people have other books to color, and that's fine. I also want to color other books, and this is not the only book I'm working on. It's my only project book, but I am definitely not gonna exclusively color on this book. I'm gonna color different books throughout the year, and but my main focus. So if, let's say, I color 7, 8, maybe 10 pictures a month from all the coloring books, I'm gonna want to have at least 3 or 4 for this book, and that is my main focus. And the rest will be other stuff like challenges. I'm participating in Charmaine Created Colors. She created a group to color cats, and I'm doing that. And I don't own a cat, not at the moment, and I don't think I will either. Not that I don't like cats, it's just that it's not my lifestyle. I do love cats. I just don't want to have one at home right now. So she created that group, and I think it's so cute. All these cats are so beautiful and adorable, and I do have books that contain cats, so I figure why not? I might as well. It will help me, and it will help me color on those books that I haven't touched. So she invited me to join her group, and I did. And then I'm also participating in the Color Hannah's Cats 2026, and I'm doing that. I already did the one for this month, and I'm also doing. I'm going to try to do the Love versus Hate that Piggy Pens, Joa Piggy Pens, and Holly Berry came up with. I'm going to try to do that, and I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet. So I'm trying to participate in several different things, but also not overwhelm myself to the point that I can't do anything else. So that's why I'm staying focused on this book, on the group that is growing. Right now it has 13 members. And if any of you want to join, just send me a message, or look for me at a Color by Adri on Instagram. Look for me there, and I will get you in. So I'm putting a little bit of green here just to give it this other color mix. I think it makes it look pretty. And with watercolors, that's the beauty of watercolors. You don't have to do too much. And let's do the leaves with the same. And you don't have to do too much. So anyway, back to the thing you could do. If you want to, just send me a private message on my Instagram, and then I will get you in. We got the last page of this book for the month of January, and also the only double page spread that this book has for we are going to take up to 6 months to do that one. I don't think there is any more double pages, but that's what we are doing. Let me find another color to do this. And so anyway, I'm also doing a series of different things that to show you how I do it. And again, this is not I'm not a professional at all. This is just how I do it. And so if you want, well, this is kind of like a teal. Okay, we can put a little bit of teal in here. And if you want, then you can watch the videos that I'm going to be doing. And I've been asked to do how I do backgrounds, different backgrounds. So that's probably going to be one. Another one that I think I'm going to be doing is how I use my Sarah Renee Clark color cubes. So I'm probably going to be doing that. And what else was I asked? There was several things that people mentioned on their group. So there, that's how I colored that rose, and I think it looks. Let's see if you can see it better. See, that's how it looks. I think it looks really good. Let's see if we can color a different flower. And I know there is another one that I was working in, and that's it. I need to let me see if I can find it here. Hold on. I should have been more prepared because I wasn't thinking about doing this one online. I was thinking about doing it on my own, but now that I'm here, why not? Let me see. Dang. I really got lost. I was gonna have to do this. Like, oh, here it is. Here it is. There's several flowers. Okay, so there. And let's do this. There's 1, 2. Let's do this one. So, yeah, let's do it with this. I'm gonna go ahead and excuse the noise. Sharpen it a little bit. Oops. So anyway, yeah. How is life at your neck of the woods? And I heard, like, Texas, I know is getting really cold. And I told my kids to keep safe, to not. I have a very hard pressure. That's just me. I have very, very heavy hand. So this is how I'm doing it. Anyway, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the petals. So there. as you can see, it's very little water. Right now it's getting dry, so let's get it wet again. Let's see if I can. There, you see the water. And yeah, I told my kids to be careful, to make sure they have everything they need, and to charge their phones, to get a phone charger that's, you know, one of those that you don't have to plug into the electricity, that you already have it charged, and then you just charge your phone from there. And so now let's go from the inside. Let's do that. Because I just want that color to spread. So I'm gonna wait a minute because the rest is still wet. And now let's do this one. And so yeah, that's gonna get very cold in Texas. I know in the majority of the United States. I don't know any watchers from the United States. I know I have a lot of people from the UK, from New Zealand, from Singapore, and I say hi to all of my friends from there. And I don't know if you guys are having a lot of snow. I do miss the snow sometimes. I mean, Colombia doesn't get snow. And I live in a town called Armenia. And even though it's not a very warm town, it gets kind of cold at night. Well, cold for us, not cold like United States freezing cold, or UK freezing cold, you know, Europe freezing cold. Just cold for us. And so I like it at night. I like to cover with a couple of blankets, and I like to sleep like that. And you can just spread it. And this is just like a base. On this case, it's just like a base, and then later on I will come with color pencils and fix it, and, like, you know, add depth to it. This is just like a base. So this is how I use. And I also have you know, regular watercolors, and I'll have some in here right now, but I also have regular watercolors that I use there. And let's see, is there any roses in here? I want to do something more on the pinky side, so let's do this one on the pinky side. Let's do it like this. There. And I had no idea I had this wonderful set of pencils on my supplies. I bought them. I used them once. I didn't like it because I guess I was coloring the wrong paper. The paper started tearing up right away, and I just put them away, and I forgot about it. And now I was like going through my supplies, and I found it, and like, I'm gonna give them another try. And wow, just wow, I love them. And another disclaimer, they are not paying me for this. I bought them with my own money. They don't even know I exist. But I love them. Absolutely love them. And like I say, you don't have to be a very good, like I am just scribbling in there. I don't care how I'm doing this. It's just a scribble. And then I'll just spread it. Because like I say, petals. If you look at a petal, it's not an even color, it's patchy. Yeah. And I'm going to, let's see what other color I could put on top. Let's do this pink. Oh no, that pink is too close to the background. So anyway, this is how I do flowers. And I think I mentioned to you guys that in another video that I do not like coloring flowers. Do not like coloring flowers. But this new way that I found of coloring flowers, I really like it. It's more relaxing. I don't even know why I don't like. I guess I don't like too much repetition because I get bored. But I like this because as I spread the color with the brush, it's relaxing. It's relaxing. Oosh. It's okay. It's acrylic. The background is done with acrylics. So even if I do anything wrong with the background, I can cover it again, and it will be back to new. I saw, was it Elm Colors? Oh, I think it was Elm Colors today that I saw her do a background where she did stripes, and she did it with acrylic markers, and it looks so good that I think I'm going to try it. Let's go for another color here for the leaves. Let's go for some blues. Sorry, I'm getting them out of there. And let's get some blues. Let's get a dark blue and a light blue. Okay, so I'm going with these ones, and I think I'm going to do these ones right here. So I'm going to put the darker blue in the bottom. Darker blue in the bottom. And like I say, I don't even care how I put it in here. What I really want is just to put some color, because the brush is going to move this, and it's going to give it that texture. Yeah. And I really just wanted to have that type of texture, and dry, and make sure it dries, because later on I'll come out with another color and put it on top. Mix it. And you see how vibrant these colors are? They're very good. And I'm going to go with this. I'm going to sharpen this, so excuse the noise. Okay, so now I'm going to go with this blue. There's one here too. And I'm using a very thin, look, you can see it. Yeah, like a very thin brush with very little water. I don't want it to be overwhelmed with water. Okay, clean it up a little bit, and then put more water. There. 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 So now let's do this light blue. And let's mix it. So yeah. If you guys tell me how you do your flowers, is this a simple way to do it? An enjoyable way to do it? See how I mean? I have a very heavy hand. Yeah. So yeah, I like I say, I really don't care in this case if the colors mix too much or too little. I don't. I just want them to mix, to look patchy. And that's how watercolors usually look, patchy. And there they are. Yeah, I could use a little bit of more of it in here. There. So let's do a yellow one. And let's do this one as a yellow. I started this a long time ago. When I say a long time ago, it was definitely last year. It was probably September of last year that I started it. And I moved. It has a little bit of blue on it, that's why it kind of turning green, but that's okay. I don't care. There, just mix it. If it looks patchy, it's better in my eyes. I don't know, maybe you guys don't like it, but I like it when it looks patchy. And then I'm gonna do, let's see, should I do like a darker, like an orangey for the tips? Let's do orangey for the tip. Yeah. Let's see. Wow, we're already on 45 minutes, 43 minutes. So it's gonna be a little bit less once I edit this, because I have, I had like 3 minutes before I actually started talking, when I was setting the camera, making sure everything was working, and that I had to take out. Anyway, that is all. I hope you like it. I'm going to continue it on my own, and I don't want to bore you with repetition. So, and that is it. I'm going to be very happy when I see that you guys are watching. I am happy every time I see comments, every time I see that I have a new subscriber, every time I see that I have a new like. And I know that 51 subscribers may not seem a lot, but for me it's an amazing accomplishment, especially because people don't know me from Adam. I'm a nobody, and I'm just, my name is just now coming out there. And to realize that there is people out there that like my content, that there is 51 people in the world that like my content, is, for me, is an accomplishment. So thank you to those 51 that are following me, and thank you for those that will start following me from now on. And have a great Saturday evening. or Sunday morning or whatever time you're watching this. And hope you have a great week next week. Okay, so I'm back because I decided to do a background on this. And I thought of putting some ivy, kind of like an ivy hanging from the back, since this is a garden. Well, I think it's a garden. So I'm using acrylic paint and markers, acrylic markers, and I'm doing this thing like this, coming with a marker and with this stencil. There. And then I'm going to come here. And then let's do it the other way around. Can you see it? There. You see it? Let's do it here. Like that. And like that. There. So, oops. It's okay because I think I can come back with the acrylic mark and fill all those things that I messed up. So now, let me see if I have some more stencils here. If I can get and something else that I could draw. Not this one, but I think I could probably do with these little hearts. So let's do some leaves using the heart. Can you see it? Let's see. There we go. There we go. So I'm going to use the heart, and with the thing I'm going to paint a little heart. Pick it up. Oh, I was out of focus. There. So there. I'll put it right there, and I'm gonna go like this. Little hearts. There. And then we'll put one here. There. And then I'm going to go ahead and put one right here. There. And let's do one right here. I'm being careful. It doesn't look like I am, but I'm being careful not to mess up, and I did mess it up. So I'm gonna let those dry, and I'm gonna come back over here. Let's move it over here, and I'm gonna come back over here, and let's put one right here at the edge, at the end of this one. There. And then let's fix this one. Let's fix them. There. I don't know what you guys think, if I messed up the whole drawing of what, but I decided to, so as not to leave the background so plain. See it? Yeah. Lift it up. And it's gonna dry up opaque, but I always come back with another one and kind of deepen it up. So let's do one right there. What do you think? I think I'm gonna like this. Let's put one right there. Oops, that one got messed up, but I can clean it up later. When it dries, that's the beauty of acrylic markers, that when it dries, and I can go on top with another acrylic marker and it will cover it up. So that's one of the things I love about acrylic markers. There. So there. Let's come over to this side. Let's do this side. So one at this edge. This definitely has to be cleaned up. And then let's put one here. Messy, but you get the gist. Let's come over here to this one. And let's put one right here. And since I messed it up, I'm gonna put it right there. Dang, yeah. I'm gonna have to do it offline because I'm messing up as I go. So it's gonna have to dry. So let me see. Let's see if I can do one like this. This one is dark. This one can hardly be seen. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Okay. I'll come back. I'm gonna let it dry. I'll come back and I'll clean it up and then I'll show you guys. Okay, so I was fixing it, and you can see a little bit wet. Oops, a little bit wet, but it's gonna dry out the same color because I used the same one that I was using. So let's get back to that. And this time, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I'm not gonna use the stencil because the stencil messes it up. So I'm just gonna go like this. And I'm using a different green because I don't want them all to be the same green. So I'm just using a different green. And there. And let's put some over here of this green. Let's do it this way. Let's go with which one will I use? This one? Yeah, for this one right here. If you hear stuff outside, it's because there's a church and they are around this time gathering. They start singing. Anyway, this drawing is far from being finished. I'm just showing you what I do, how I come up with ideas. There. How do you guys like that? Hmm. Yeah, they're singing. Maybe gonna need to close my balcony door. Um, The idea of the stencil was not bad, or only badly executed, and that's my bad. There. So continue. Hope I don't get messed up, since this is still kind of wet. There. At first it come out brighter, and then as it drying up, it goes more of a muted color. Okay, let's put some over here. Let's put some over here. What do you guys think? It's the first time I'm trying this. Uh, Not, I don't think the leaves of a vine are like that, but all of this is imagination, so it doesn't really matter. There. On this video, I was planning to make it short, and I think it's gonna go for over an hour, so I'm gonna stop there. And in the first video that I make of February, I'll show you the finished product. So okay, so now I'm gonna say bye again. Have a wonderful Saturday, Sunday weekend, and see you guys next week. Bye.